What a chance Lando Norris has to take the championship lead here in Mexico City tomorrow, because he's going to be starting from pole position, and alongside him it's going to be the Ferraris. It's going to be Charles Leclerc and then Lewis Hamilton in third after a really strong performance from Ferrari, but a brilliant final lap in Q3 from Norris to take pole position, over a quarter of a second quicker than Leclerc, who'd set the provisional pole time prior to that. And what's crucial for Norris is the fact that Max Verstappen is down in 5th place, his momentum seeming to stall a bit as Red Bull just can't get the car in the right window for him to push it very well, and Verstappen very downbeat about his race pace chances. But Oscar Piastri 0.6 of a second slower than his teammate, starting 7th tomorrow. So Piastri needs to get into the top 4 to retain his championship lead if Norris were to win the race. Norris is pretty confident in his race pace. McLaren are too. Andrea Stella telling me tonight that he feels they've got the quickest car and they've proven it today, but that Piastri is just struggling with the altitude and then the low grip on this track surface and leaning on the car. That might be a smaller issue for him in the race when you're not pushing quite so hard, but being out of position down in 7th means Piastri is going to be fighting with other cars. Cooling is a big issue here when you're in traffic, so he really is not guaranteed to make progress. Norris, if he can get ahead at the start or stay ahead, then he could potentially disappear into the distance. The trick for him will be retaining that lead, because the long run down to turn 1, 830 metres, longest of the season to the braking zone from pole position, leaves him very vulnerable to attack from anyone behind picking up a slipstream. Could be the Ferrari driver, could be George Russell from 4th, or could even be Max Verstappen from 5th if he gets aggressive. But Verstappen says he needs to stay out of trouble because he doesn't have a car quick enough to stay at the front. It will be fascinating because Red Bull team principal Laurent Mekies is actually saying maybe they will have better race pace after some of the work they've done making changes to that car than we saw in qualifying, but it will only be proven out in the race itself. The door's wide open for Norris right now, but we've seen before that doesn't guarantee a result. A lot can happen in a race distance, but also here at altitude where reliability can be such a big factor as well. McLaren very tight on the cooling on their car because they're very confident in it compared to their rivals. So we'll see if that does pay off tomorrow. But as it stands, Norris is in prime position to at least take a chunk out of Piastri's lead, if not leave here as the title leader.